Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, where I'm joined by Ryan Kartchner. He is the director of golf at Promontory. Hello.
Hey, how are
Good
you?
to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Excited to talk to you about golf a little bit as we get ready to wrap up the season, which I don't want to do. I don't know about you, but
I'm not ready for it, Andy, as well. It's been a great fall, anyways, with some great golf. But
I haven't even played a decent game yet, so I'm still, still waiting for one where I can feel like I can close it down. You know,
absolutely.
You want to end on a high note.
Absolutely.
That hasn't happened yet for me.
Well, keep trying.
Right, exactly. Well, I suppose the answer to that question is to that problem is go play the pro.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, go out and play with you. My game should improve.
Hopefully it would. Maybe have a little bit of a effect.
A lot of people
on that.
say you're pretty good at helping their game, so I'm assuming they're right.
Yeah, it's part of the job, but that's something we focus on, is helping people enjoy golf more.
I think isn't part of it sort of taking the time to think about what you're doing and take your like really plan your shot and not just grab a club out of the bag and go swing away.
Absolutely. Golf is one of it's definitely a thinking man's sport. The mental side of golf is just as important as the athletic side of golf. So that's why a lot of the top competitors, Tiger Woods, that sort of thing, what makes him better than everybody is not that he's just a better golfer, but he's so mentally strong in situations and stuff like that. It really helps out. So.
Wow. The other one that I read in a book that improves your game said that if you take a bad shot, you walk to that shot. Take some time to think about it.
Yeah, process that, and it's the best golfers have really short memories. Don't worry about what you just did. Focus on what you have in front of you and how to get better and how to perform. Basically, is just go through the process and do just kind of walking to your shot can kind of get you in a good state of mind, that sort of thing, and then let your swing and kind of take over, and what you've learned, what you focus on, and all that sort of thing help you. Another
thing that I learned here doing live television is that once you've taken that shot and you've finished that hole, it's over. You got to let it go.
You do. You got to let it go.
You can't take that to the next hole with you.
Exactly.
It's done. You can't change it.
Yeah, exactly.
Live television is like that. Once we say something stupid on the air, it's over. I can't fix it.
You can't take it back. Exactly.
And so I found that's actually been a huge improvement to my game. Just like letting it go. Okay, I can't do anything about this. That shot is over.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the worst thing. It's to have a bad hole on a golf. When you're playing golf, there's 18 other holes out there. Or, 17.
Right.
You want to definitely forget about what just happened, whether it be good or bad. And just focus on what's ahead of you and try to do your best on the hole that you have. And that's one thing that I really focus on, especially in competition, is to just, again, one shot at a time, focus what's at hand right then and there.
That's really smart.
So, yeah.
You've got a lot of choices out there at Promontory to play too.
Yeah,
that's got to help. So it's not just 18 holes. You got a whole lot more than 18.
That's right. Yeah.
Talk about some of the great places you have to play.
So we have two courses at Promontory. The Nicholas Painted Valley course, which is it is the longest course in the state of Utah, and it's one of the longest, probably hardest courses in the nation. It's a fantastic facility, and it's Jack Nicklaus signature design. But it's just known as a very, very, very high standard of golf in the state of Utah. Probably one of the nicest, best places out there. As is our Dye Canyon course. The Nicholas course is just a little more challenging. Dye Canyon course is challenging enough. It's still 7,800 yards from all the way back. Nicholas course is over 8,000 yards from all the way back. So which is crazy.
I've played it, the Painted Valley course. It is a long day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't mean to sound in any way negative. That is a real fun long day. It's a great way to spend your time.
It is, yeah. And I always tell everybody is to really enjoy it, you're definitely going to move up just a little bit, even more so than you think you would. Maybe go one, maybe even two tees further up, and just try it the first time, and then you can kind of start going back. But it's one of those courses that you need to play a little bit to really kind of understand and enjoy a little bit more. But it's just fantastic design by Jack, and even in the Pete Dye Canyon course is a really, really good challenge. Plenty of tees and opportunities there as well. But they're both just two of the best in Utah, and just awesome facilities.
And the clubhouses that go with them, amazing.
Yeah.
You have everything there.
Yeah, Promontory has a standard of it's very, very high end up there, and it's Francis Najafi, our owner, has done a really, really good job of keeping the standard of what he's set up there, and it is an amazing place. Promontory is fantastic. Definitely one of the best places in the nation.
And of course, to go with that, great pros.
we hope so. We work hard at that and stuff. Yeah, we try to make a really good experience. I'm still this is my second time going to Promontory, so I was there back in 2007, 2008. of 10. But it's, they have a standard up there that they want us to try keeping and making things a really, really good experience for members, and that's what we focus on.
I find that, as I said, when I take the time to really focus on the game, like really make it a point of this is not, okay, I'm not just going out there to goof around, I'm going out there to, and you obviously want those moments, right, where you can just relax, but really focused play. It can really change change your dynamic about the game, because we all know that the reason we play golf is because we had that one great shot, right?
It keeps you coming back.
And it keeps you coming back, right?
Yeah,
so if you have one of those games every now and then, it really does invigorate the game quite a little bit.
It does, absolutely. And golf is a tough sport. It's hard to start golf. That's one thing that we try to really focus on, especially just with beginner golfers. We're trying to get them to the level where it's a very, very addicting sport. That's one thing.
I'll say it is.
Yeah, with golf is the better you get, the more you want to do it, the more addicting that it is, and stuff
the more
like
you want to come back.
Exactly, but it is also one of the most frustrating sports. So if you try it and it's hard, it's really hard to kind of get the ball in the air and get it kind of going at first, and a lot of people kind of get frustrated with it. That's why it's important to really start with some instruction, make sure that your technique is right,
exactly.
And then you'll enjoy the game much more better. Much better if you focus on the right technique and get it so that you're doing it properly, and you're going to get better. You're going to get, just continue to get better as you
I am addicted to it, and I'm addicted to talking about it. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, and talk a little more about, some of those things, starting when you're young, and how to play your best game.
Absolutely.
As well as what you do in the offseason. I'm kind of interested to find out about that. So that's coming up as we continue our conversation with Ryan Kartchner right after this. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, where we're continuing our conversation with Ryan Kartchner. He's the golf pro, of course, at Promontory, and not just the golf pro there. Tell me your official title. You're the section golf pro as well?
So I'm the president of the Utah Section PGA as well. So
wow.
So I represent all the pros in Utah on a national level as well.
That impressive.
Yeah. And then I'm the director of golf at Promontory.
That is amazing. Wow. Yeah. I'm amazed at that level of that you've risen to in golf. Where did you come? Give us the history of where you've come from to get to that.
Sure.
point.
Well, I grew up as a product, even in junior golf in Utah. I grew up. On the west side over at Glenmore Golf Course. I played on all their junior events. I won my first junior event when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
I kind of just in college I was trying to figure out what I was going to do as a career and stuff like that, and started with at the Old Mill Golf Course back in the day, and some doors open, and I've just kind of stayed in it. So I'm coming from Hidden Valley Country Club in Sandy, Utah, which is one of the top private clubs down in the valley, which is a fantastic place down there as well. But not just started in the leadership. The leadership in PGA, it's kind of a long term. It's an eight-year term. You start off as secretary for 2 years, and vice president to president to outgoing president. So I'm just in the middle of my first year as the president of the section. So it's fun to get to know everybody on a national level as well. So there's 41 sections in the PGA of America. Each one has a president and stuff like that. So we have our annual meeting. Actually, it's in about a week and a half. It's in Austin, Texas. We go down as a national and meet with the national leadership and stuff like that, and kind of go over and just take what we need to do back to our sections and stuff. So it's kind of fun.
Okay, keep working on where golf is headed, which has in the past it has not always had. I mean, it had for a long time a lot of growth, and then it had kind of a weak time for a little bit. Like after we sort of saw, maybe Tiger kind of not play so much.
Sure.
Things kind of dipped a little bit, right?
Yeah. That's one of the challenges that we've been working on. Really, is how can we kind of get back to that state of growth?
Real growth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we nationally, it's trying to do that, trying to come up with programs that help. Some of the millennial generation,
get out and golf.
Get out and golf rather than play those video games all the time.
Right.
And stuff. So, and that's the thing is golf it's a commitment. It really is. As you know, you got to commit to your game. You got to commit to getting better if you want to enjoy it more. But then just the commitment of time that it takes to play 18 holes. You're probably out there for about at least 4 hours.
Which I think is terrific. You should be out for 4 hours. That's the whole point.
Outdoors, right?
Well, and so you and I kind of came to golf sort of in a similar way. I also played at a very small municipal course. Sure. I played at McRiley, which
awesome.
It's in Murray. Yeah. But my grandfather worked there. It was when he retired, and I could go every day, all summer long, and play the par 3.
Yeah, that's great.
And I taught myself there. Yep. And you'd think, it does. My short game's pretty decent, right? But it also encouraged a lot of problems by teaching myself, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That's where we were sort of talking about having a golf pro. come in and really help you with your game. Pretty critical, because there's been some things they've been able to tweak and change to where I'm a pretty decent player, but there's other things that are like, okay, you learned that on your own. We can't fix it. There's really no reason to try. You're already hitting the ball as hard as you can. Let's just let that one go.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the old dog, new trick sort of a thing.
Right.
You know? But one of the things that you do when you teach a lesson, though, is you want to establish what the person's goals are as well, because sometimes people are in for the overhaul. Sometimes they're like, I need to just completely change and work on something, and if they're willing to do it with time, that sort of thing. Half the time, it's what we call kind of the Band-Aid fix. It's not necessarily just a Band-Aid fix, but it's getting there and having look at the strengths of what they do and being able to make the few adjustments that's going to make them a little more solid.
One of them was to pull in my slice, which we worked on a little bit, but when we go play Painted Valley, I let that baby go, because the slice, Jack Nicklaus, it favors the slice, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Jack played a little baby cut sometimes of a slice for most of his career. So if you look at his designs, a lot of his designs.
Dogleg right.
Exactly. Dog legs, or at least opportunity, anyways, to play your slice or your cut, your little baby
just
cut.
Hit the big club out there when that happens.
Yeah, it's really forgiving out there. Even the Nicklaus course Promontory has got very, very wide, big fairways, and it's you can get around the course playing that.
It makes
cut.
it more fun, I have to admit. I mean, to have that wider course, because you really can just go after the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if things don't work out, you're not in the trees too often.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a little bit in the brush
you got a
sometimes.
shot. Exactly. You're not in your pocket, or you're not hitting it again. So it's great.
At the end of the season, what do? It doesn't end for you.
No, we try to stay busy, throughout even the winter, especially moving to a shorter season. Even down at in the valley where I was at, we had we'd shut down for a couple of months, and it's a little bit longer season up here in Park City, as you know. But we really focus on still a members experience outside of golf and Promontory. So what I'm going to be doing is really focusing on member trips. I do that pretty often, even where I'm coming from the course that I was at. So I'll take my members to warmer weather. We go and we'll play. I've taken them to Scotland. Just did a member trip recently here, where we go to Whistling Straits and Erin Hills, where they just did the U.S. Open, and then Future Ryder Cup. We did that here just recently.
Amazing.
And then we're going to go to the Masters here in Augusta. We'll take a group of members, and I have some connections. We'll get them in to watch that event. Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. It's just trying to again enhance the members' experience outside of Promontory.
I was going to say it's hard to do that, because Promontory's got a lot of great enhancements already.
They do, exactly.
How many total clubhouses are there? What, a dozen almost?
So no, they have a clubhouse at each course.
Yeah.
And then they do have like some other clubhouses.
Cabins and all kinds of
cabins
things.
And stuff like that. They just opened a beach club, which is unbelievable. The beach club is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, beach club is awesome. And then they have the Ranch clubhouse that has the tennis courts, and they turn the main tennis court into an ice skating rink in the wintertime. Has a swimming pool, spa, that stuff. And then the shed. The shed is where my kids like to hang out the most. The shed is the basketball court and the bowling alley and the video game arcade and the movie theater and stuff like that. So it's fantastic. It's just there's so much to do at Promontory, and it's a lifestyle. It truly is what they've created up there. It's fantastic.
Sounds like a pretty great lifestyle. Got to come out and play with you again. I'm looking forward to it sometime.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And good luck on the trip. Augusta sounds pretty great for sure. That'll be a lot of fun.
Appreciate it.
Ryan Kartchner, he is the director of golf at Promontory, and boy, if you want to change your life experience, certainly moving to Promontory would do it. But playing golf there, that by itself is enough. We'll be back right after this with more here on Park City Television.